Voyagers is Lord of the Flies in space, but all the characters are incredibly, unwarrantedly horny for each other. And this movie stinks. It's directed by Neil Berger and stars Ty Sheridan, Lily Rose Depp, Fionn Whitehead, and Colin Farrell for all of about 20 minutes. Now, the main plot for this movie basically boils down to how long can it take me to gaslight these people into supporting me? Now, I'll explain that later on, but my main problem with this film is its pacing issue. Where all of a sudden, within the first 10 minutes of the film, the kids are off the drugs they're supposed to be on, and then for the rest of the film, it just feels like slightly connected vignettes, which leads to a final, very underwhelming fight. Multiple plot lines and MacGuffins are brought up only to be forgotten about later, then brought up again, and the characters just start doing things for no real reason. I get it, they're young, they're horny, emotions are flowing, let's see what happens. But all of a sudden, they just start attacking each other. This one dude sees another guy canoodling with another girl, comes in, cold cocks him, and the next scene, the guy who got cold cocked takes an axe and bashes him over the head. Bashes the guy who punched him over the head with it. And it really comes from out of nowhere, because the film doesn't give us a chance to realize who these characters are, learn who they are, what their connections are, and then go from there. All of a sudden, we see one dude fucking a girl. I don't know who the characters were. I can't remember, because all of the side characters in this film are inconsequential, do nothing, and are boring. Half of these people that are second or third in command for Zach or Christopher, our two main characters played by Ty Sheridan and Fionn Whitehead, they're never given a name. We know four characters' names: Colin Farrell, Fionn Whitehead, Ty Sheridan, and Lily Rose Depp. That's it. 4 names. Everybody else is just cannon fodder. They are to either follow one of the leaders, Zach or Christopher, or to get killed. Or just complain. I mean, fucking the kid who played Bran Stark is in this movie, and he has maybe like 5 lines, and we never get to learn what his character's name is. If they want us to care about these people, you need to give us a reason to explain why they've reacted this way when they get off the pills, when they get off the medication. Their character connections in between each other, why they might not like each other, why this one dude goes fucking unhinged all of a sudden for no reason and starts gaslighting everybody into following him. It literally is Lord of the Flies, where they're just trying to make the case. There's an alien on the ship. Do you have any evidence? No, but it might be you. Let's kill you. Very few films have made me viscerally angry. Yet Voyagers managed to do it. I mean, they let Colin Farrell's character bring some things from Earth up on the ship with them. A book, some photos, that's all fine and dandy. That makes sense. But they make it possible for him to view a World War II film where they show us in the film a clip of somebody getting shot. Now, the whole point of these kids being raised in isolation and put on this ship is so they never experience the outside world, so they don't know what they're missing on Earth. Why would you make it possible for one, these kids to get off the medication, or two, to view violent content and then enact that in real life? From a screenplay standpoint, whatever, you have to do it to have it make sense. But why would the organization putting this on make that possible? And there are barely any characters, like I said. Or at least characterization. One's a whiny bitch, one's a horny psycho, and the other two are bland, saltine crackers who do nothing. And that's the problem with our leads in Sheridan and Depp. They're so bland and boring, it's next to impossible to tell what they are like when they're off the blue or on it. Zach clearly is an unhinged psychopath when he's off it. Ty Sheridan is no difference whatsoever. And it's really, really annoying. I hated Fionn Whitehead's character as Zach, but at least there is a stark contrast to have it make sense for the audience as to why he's reacting this way and trying to gaslight everybody into following him. The choreography and the fight scenes are bad. The set design is poor and barely above average for any sci-fi film that's coming out nowadays. I did not like or care for a single character throughout the film. The montages post-blue are loud, annoying, and do not fit thematically considering they're showing images of Earth, oceans, and plants these kids have never and will never see. The only positive thing I have to say about Voyagers, and the very few cases the film actually uses CGI, I think that is done well. Though a lot of the actual space, physical stuff with humans out in it is shot from the back towards the ship with black lighting. You couldn't even tell. You would think they were in a black cavern. And it makes sense budget-wise, but it's so lazy. If you can't tell, I fucking hate this movie. Like I said, it made me viscerally angry in a way that no movie has in recent memory. There are bad movies that I will just hate, and that hate will leave me by the time I write and record my review. But that hatred I have for Voyagers is still flowing through my veins as I wrote this script and as I say these words. I cannot overstate how much I hated every second of Voyagers. It makes no sense. The characters are flat as a piece of paper and as enjoyable as an unsalted cracker. I despise this movie with every fiber of my being. And I feel bad because I feel like I rambled in the first half of this review, but it's so hard for me to put into words how broken, nonsensical, and stupid this movie is. And that's really what it is. This movie has the esteemed, well, maybe not, whatever the opposite of esteemed is. To be in the company of films such as Greta, I Feel Pretty, The Emoji Movie, and The Turning, to name a few, of movies that I've seen in theaters that have made me so viscerally angry at the end of the film. Voyagers stinks. It is not worth your time at all. I hated this movie so much. 10 out of 100.